In America, we have all received the same opportunity to receive an education that will one day determine our success in this nation. Whether our profession be a lawyer, a doctor, or even a teacher, we've all had to start from somewhere. Now, in the early years of education is where we develop our true skills, and that's why it's so important that we make sure the kids today receive the best education possible. Making school uniforms be a mandatory policy will increase the children's chances for getting the best education by promoting safety, enhancing their learning environment, and promoting discipline. First off, wearing a school uniform promotes safety. Safety is a primary choice for anybody, whether it's the kids going to school or the parents who sent the kids to school. For many schools who have not adopted the uniform policy, teachers and principals are accustomed to fights among the students. Making kids wear uniforms has said to help reduce problem behaviors. According to Erwin Darden, he stated in the American School Board Journal in 2008 that the idea of uniforms being helpful is bolstered by the stories of good results from Long Beach, California. He went on to say, and I quote, "In Long Beach, assaults and suspensions have dropped dramatically, and attendance and test scores have increased since the mid-1990s when the policy was first started. Many people are not aware of how students' clothing can cause them to be in such danger." The schools are a prime target for gang members, which in return results in many fights. Certain gangs go by certain colors of clothing, and if a student who's affiliated with a gang wears a gang color, he or she could be in danger just by walking around the school. Now, ridding schools of gang colors will benefit the schools by promoting and providing the students with a sense of security. The students would no longer have to worry about getting into fights by wearing the wrong colors. Gang fights aren't the only trouble clothing provides. The revealing blouses and short miniskirts causes the student's safety to be in jeopardy as well. Wearing provocative clothing can put girls in danger of being sexually harassed. Another type of clothing that is misleading is a shirt with a Confederate flag on it. Usually the shirt is misinterpreted as a racial oppression. In an article titled "Department to Issue Guidelines on School Uniforms," author Jessica Parker stated that 70% of middle school and secondary school principals agreed that uniforms would reduce violent incidences and discipline problems. Also, students who have to wear uniforms enhance their learning environment. If every student wore the same thing, no one would have to worry about staying up on the latest fashions. Instead, the students could focus on their schoolwork. In a 2007 study, it recorded that the graduation rate increased by 11% due to the change in dress code. Promoting discipline is another positive effect uniforms have on the students. Having to wear a limited amount of clothing, making sure it's clean and ready to be put on every day, is being disciplined. A lot of parents work, and usually once their kids get to a certain age, they tend to be home less often. The time to teach children how to be disciplined just slips away. And many students grow up and run into the real world clueless. Being disciplined ahead of time can help shorten the amount of wrong turns a student must take in order to learn a lifelong lesson. This also helps to promote useful job skills at an early age. A lot of people feel differently about this particular subject, but in the end, we all want the best education for our children and future leaders of tomorrow. With that being said, hopefully today you have been persuaded to see that making school uniforms a mandatory policy will provide our children what we all want them to have, the best education. By promoting safety, enhancing the learning environment, and promoting discipline, wearing school uniforms can do just that.